Thrilled to have the stars and cars of the four-state late model dirt series here at Lucas Oil Speedway. If you're a racing fan, get up on your feet, wave to them, let them know you appreciate them coming out and putting on a 30-lap main event to start the season here at Lucas Oil Speedway. As they head back down the front stretch, middle lanes will jet back out in front, get back behind the Bill Roberts Chevrolet Pace truck. And all will go back into formation as the outer rows all lay off the gas. They'll take their position back, and once they all get back in formation, we'll see the green flag come out for a 30-lap main event. $12.50 will be the paycheck they get to take home. Anybody that makes the start tonight gets 400 bones put back in their pocket. Next time by, the Bill Roberts Chevrolet Pace truck. Going to flip those lights off on top of the hood, take off back into the pit area. They'll do the same thing for the lights all around the Diamond of Dirt tracks. Give them the 1-to-go sign, and then they will let the ponies run. All led to the green by Sawyer Krigler. Sawyer out of Alton, Missouri, finished third in the four-state championship run last year, had 8 total victories on the season. The former champ at West Plains, a 3-time champ in 3 different divisions. He will be on the pole, and Josh Dugan on his outside. Started racing late models just a couple of years ago, and what a vast improvement he's made. That rocket chassis lined up outside row number 1. Through the Marionville Power Sports start zone, we are underway with the four-state late models. Dustin Atkinson splits the wicket. He's up to the top 5 and now up into third as he goes right between Josh Dugan, who's in a tailspin right now. He started outside road number 1, and he is about ready to drop outside the top 5 on the opening couple of laps. Dalton Cloyd and the 5 of Austin Vincent running right behind him. Sawyer Krigler starting to check out. We just saw it in the last race with the Super Stocks. You may check out early, but as cars start to adapt to the track and make adjustments and the track really comes to them, you can track down the leader in a hurry. As we're 3 laps in, and Sawyer Krigler already out to a 2.2 second advantage. Joey Smith runs in second. Joey out of West Plains. 2 wins just 1 year ago. Back in 2023, only had 3 top 5s. And he also picked up a victory back in 2022. That victory came at Midway Speedway over in Lebanon, whenever he picked up the win late in the year. Five laps in, and Sawyer Krigler is only about a half a straight away from catching up with the tail end of the pack. Jackson Earl in the quarter would be the first that he would have to put a lap down. One car has already pulled off the track, and That's the 75 of ZD Keeper. Sawyer Krigler had plenty of time to see where lap traffic was running, and I'm not quite sure if Jackson Ertl knew where Sawyer Krigler was running. Thought he was going to give him plenty of room to work to the outside, and then right up the track he went down the front stretch. And Sawyer Krigler being very patient, and right now he's able to do that as he has a 2.5 second lead over Joey Smith. Kyle Bates in the 74. He does the same thing to Sawyer Krigler. These lap cars not quite getting the memo to hold your line. And Sawyer Krigler having a tough time getting around Kyle Bates. And it's showing. He just lost 1/2 second to Joey Smith. And Kyle Bates again right up on Sawyer Krigler. Sawyer Krigler having a tough time 10 laps in, and Joey Smith shaves off another 1/2 second. Not only does Sawyer Krigler have one car to have to pass, he's going to have to get around Matt Menzie also, around JR or Junior Rowland. And now to the inside of Menzie. And since Sawyer was able to get around Kyle Bates, the lead had gone down to about 1.5 seconds, and now it's up over 2 seconds again. So Sawyer Krigler having to be very patient, and that might be the key for him tonight so far. Just through lap traffic, we are approaching the midway point already. 14 laps have been completed. Next time around, he gets cross flags as he is able to get around the 33 of Mike Bittner. All while that was going on, Dustin Atkinson was able to get around Joey Smith. Talked to Dustin in our Facebook Live before the evening got started, as he's in that number 4 working to the inside of Matt Menzie. He said last year trailed in the points to the very, very tail end, and he ended up only winning the points championship by 8 points. Told me in that Facebook interview that you can't win the championship on night 1, but you might lose it. And he is just being very methodical. And he's 3 seconds behind Sawyer Krigler right now, as we have crossed the halfway point. Still have not seen a caution come out. Sawyer Krigler, I don't know if there's any actual hardwood in that cockpit, but if there is, he's knocking on it right now, just asking, please, no caution. I like where I sit right now. I think the only chance that anybody might have right now of snatching the victory away from Dustin Atkinson would be if a caution did come out. Ryan Thomas in the 414. He'll be the next car to go a lap down. And then Sean Whitman in the 13 right ahead of him. And Sean is a gentleman race car driver. He will give you plenty of room in that Whitman Trucking number 13. "20 laps down, 10 to go. Jace Parmalee in the 82 gives way to Krigler. Sawyer talked to him a couple years ago. He says, I have around 100 career wins. Usually whenever someone says around 100 career wins, it's past that. They're just being very, very modest. As Sam Petty And the number 9 right behind or right in front of Sawyer Krigler right now. There will be 7 laps to go. This time underneath the Foley equipment flag stand. And the lead continues to grow for Sawyer. He's been able to get around lap traffic fairly well, and he has almost a 4-second lead over Dustin Atkinson in second, and Cole Wells now has moved up to third. Joey Smith, who ran second for the longest time, he's dropped a couple spots. Gave up the spot to Dustin Atkinson, gave up the spot to the 42 of Cole Wells. And Sawyer Krigler, a 3.5-second advantage over Dustin Atkinson. Five laps left. Late model drivers can run green and clean. That's why they're some of the best in the business. Now with 4 laps to go. Junior Rowland in the 99 had to lift off the gas a little bit down the backstretch. Thought he might have had an issue, but he's right back in the loud pedal, so he's good to go. And Sawyer Krigler's got a mess of cars up in front of him, but the good news for him is he's only got 2 laps left to navigate. So Sawyer Krigler, 6 wins in the 4-state late model dirt series last year, had 8 wins overall. Started out the season with a victory on April 6th down at Springfield Raceway. Picked up a handful of wins at Springfield. He won at Nevada, took home the victory at Salina High Banks in August. The end of the year was fantastic for him. Wins in September and October, but the spring months pretty darn good as well. As Sawyer Krigler starts in March at the March Full Body Madness, and he will claim the victory, take home the big paycheck, and start the season off with the W at Lucas Oil Speedway.